Hello again, YouTube. This is the Truth Man giving you the truth. I want to talk about politics on this one. A lot of y'all, I'm noticing, you don't really know about politics. So I'm going to give you some like information today to help you to make sure that you're not voting based on emotion. So let me start with those of you who vote Democrat. If you are black and you feel like you should vote Democrat, I have a couple questions for you. I do. Okay, number one, do you know what socialism is? Number two, do you know what communism is? Number three, how you feel about guns? Do you think that a person had a right to carry and protect themselves, protect their family, protect possible other people in danger from threats of tyranny, as it's called? What do you feel about abortion? And I don't want to hear nothing about rape. You can, I get it, but what I say, and let me just tell you what I say about it. Watch your kids. Don't trust people with your kids. People are sexual deviants. You really can't leave your kids with hardly anyone, because most people either ain't gonna watch them right, or some of them deviants, so on and so forth. Next, how would you feel about if somebody controlled your dollar bill 100%? Like if you went to work every day and you couldn't buy what you want, like you had to get permission to buy things. Well, how would that make you feel? See, I know y'all want to talk about people being raped and people that's not from this country being able to come to this country illegally. Like, they need to make the process easier, but they still need checks and balances. Because, yeah, we the richest country in the world, but if everybody tried to be here, it might be a problem in terms of resources. How do you feel about slavery? And the notion of it possibly coming back? If you're against these things, then why the hell are you voting Democrat? If you don't like the Republicans, you should just move out the way. You say, I want to see weed legalized. I want weed legalized. Man, that is not good enough. Do you want people to be, they get in an argument with their wife or their grandmother, and somebody come and say, I'm going to get you, and get all of their firearms taken? Or a dude break up with his wife and she know he's an avid gunsman, so she lied about being in danger or something, and they come take his firearm. You think he gonna give his firearms up? These are some of the things. Okay, now the only time I would say you might have to worry about Social Security checks, disability checks, welfare checks, as if it's a clean sweep. I'm conservative. If I went for politics, I would go as a Republican, because you ain't getting in there as an independent. But me personally, I don't want to see either side with full control. And I'm finna tell you why. Because y'all just be voting. Forget about your grandma, forget about your mom. You can't vote based on emotion. You can't vote trying not to get people upset. You have to vote for what's best as a whole for you and everybody else. What's not best for you is to be fully controlled. And then what I notice about a lot of y'all, Y'all vote people in, and then when they mess up, y'all get quiet. No politician is going to be perfect, but some mistakes we can't afford. We can't afford gas prices to be $7, $8. Some of us can, but who wants to? We don't need them taxes to go up, which both things, if you know about politics, when Democrats get in, when Democrats gain control, the gas prices go up and taxes go up. Notice when the pandemic was going on, how Trump froze payroll tax. Why did he do that? Why did he do that? You think it was just his idea alone? No, it probably was somewhat his idea, but that's what his Republican counterparts insisted on. See, you notice when Republicans are in there, those gas prices be way lower. Look at the gas prices when Trump was in there, when Bush was in there, George Bush Jr., and then look at the gas prices when Obama was in there, when Biden was in there. And I'll tell you something else I noticed. And I'm gonna watch how I say this. Strange things happen more when when Democrats are in office. The only thing y'all really can say, January 6th. January 6th. That's all y'all can say. But that's one event. What about all of the events that happened while Obama and Biden have been in office? And y'all blamed everything on Trump. But with Biden, y'all, it's crickets. That's because y'all know y'all voted emotionally. That's all it is. You voted emotionally. You didn't vote for what you want. You didn't vote for what you need. And y'all pro-blacks, y'all make me sick. Y'all do. Not all. Some of them are really nice here in Milwaukee, but a lot of them, they give off this certain spirit. And I know that spirit because I can distinguish between spirits, and it's not a righteous one. You say, well, what about the Republicans? The Republicans I done seen and been around, they don't give off no spirit. Other than some of the ivory ones, who they vote emotionally too. They vote emotionally too. They think the black man is their enemy. We're not talking about them. We're talking about the ones who don't have a specific problem with other races. We're not talking about that small facet that don't like blacks. And by the way, that 3-letter supremacist group, they usually vote for Democrats. Yes, sir. A lot of them vote for Democrats, in case you was wondering. So, before you get into this thing against Kanye, against Charleston White, against me, I told you I'm going to help you understand a little bit more. When Democrats are governors or mayors over a city, the poverty levels are higher because Democrats, what they're good at is rescuing people, and people do need to be rescued sometimes. That's not the problem. But what they need to get better at is building the enterprise. See, you can't just focus on what's going on in welfare buildings. You got to make decisions that's going to improve your economy. See, giving people more food stamps, that's not going to improve the economy. But giving people free incentives to get their CDL license and building up your small business grants and all those things, that will build your enterprise, because you can tax them. And they'll have more money, which means more taxable income, which means growth. Now you can build your infrastructure. You can build this, you can build that. So when you focus on, see, they talk jobs, but their moves, they don't create jobs. Like, their moves made people say, I don't even got to work a job. And what happened was, it kind of, they got lucky because really DoorDash, Grubhub, the gig economy fueled the regular economy, because what it did was the jobs had to pay a little more, and it created competition. But see, now people are like, why would I go to work with these crazy people and deal with these coworkers when I can come out here and make $1,000 a week, $1,500 a week, delivering food and other things? And they was walking with their little suit on and wasn't making no $1,500 a week. And by the way, you corporate people, you look down on delivery drivers. Look at my coat. My coat is regular coat. It doesn't look the best. And I'm not gonna get into what I make, but a lot of us out here, we make more than y'all. Y'all need to stop tripping. We do. Like, people will go to a factory and they'll make $500 a week after taxes. We don't get taxed. And we could do things to lower our tax burden. That's why y'all got mad at Trump. Get mad at the people who was working on his taxes, because they the ones that did those miracles on his taxes, where he make all that money and then have to pay because of his write-offs. See, y'all get mad at him for being astute in his business, man. Yeah, he say goofy stuff. Who don't? I haven't met a person yet, including myself, that don't never say nothing goofy that they be like, man, maybe I shouldn't have said that. That's everybody. Just some more than others. So, Republicans, if it's a full Republican wave, you might have to, I can't say for sure that they'll do it. Like, if I was in office, I would veto that, even though those my colleagues, they'll be mad at me, if they tried to take away people's Social Security, food stamp, or any of those benefits. It's not that serious. This ain't no Squid Game. This ain't Squid Game. When y'all rich people get bored, y'all need to find something to do. If I could find something to do, y'all can find something to do. But that's where we, more common people, have to watch out, is when these rich folks, these elitists, get bored. So yeah, Republicans, the moratorium is absolutely necessary. It's necessary. It gives a person an opportunity to focus on their other bills if they have low wages. So the moratorium is necessary. Everybody, okay, if you want to get rid of, and this where I'm conservative, but I'm more level-headed. If you want to get rid of things like the utility moratorium, then you need to raise the people that have the problems wages up. And if they bad with money, you probably need to get them some financial literacy courses and make them take them. Like, you gotta take these courses or you're gonna have to pay this bill. So you can't, and then Okay, another thing you have to watch out for. If Republicans have full control, they will possibly try to make people pay bills with life insurance. Listen, people should never have to do, if they choose to pay their bills with life insurance, that's perfectly fine, but they should not be forced. Their life insurance should never be garnished. Anybody that leaves life insurance for their living loved ones after they pass away, that's a noble deed, and it should not be touched. So when I look at both, when I look at the drawbacks of all Democrats and the drawbacks of all Republicans, I'd rather see it down the middle. But me personally, I want the president to always be a conservative. So when they come with that little weird fascism and all that, it'll get vetoed. Doop. Bye-bye. Don't mess with the right to bear arms. Leave the Constitution alone. Because when you start messing with the Constitution, let me tell y'all black folks something. You voting for them? You need to go back. Y'all talking about we shall overcome and all this. You trying to focus on the roots and slavery and stuff. You need to go back and do your history about that thing called slavery. The Constitution was created in part to combat it. Now, I know you're pro-black. Oh, your locks are down to your butt. But you're wrong about that, man. Oh, well, the Constitution wasn't for you. Man, dude, please. Do not say nothing that stupid, man. If it wasn't for me, then why do I benefit from it? I benefit from it. Remember the Black Panthers were able to plead the Fifth? That's Constitution. I thought you didn't benefit from the Constitution. Come on now. If you really pro-black, you're not gonna even vote for no Democrat. That's how I know y'all not pro-black. A real pro-black is gonna say either he gonna stay out of the political process altogether, or he's gonna deal with the negative of the Republican Party, because it was the Republican Party who abolished slavery. What was Abraham Lincoln, goofy? What was Abraham Lincoln besides the fact that he was half black and they didn't know it? That's why they put his face backwards. We ain't gonna get into that. They might censor the video. So, but Abraham Lincoln was a Republican. Huh? I ain't hear you. Now, I'm finna show you something else. Vladimir Putin, Russia is a socialist nation. But who did he get along better with? Did he get along better with Trump? Or did he get along better with Biden? Because they might be a socialist nation, but I don't think they don't agree with some of that some liberal things. They don't agree with it all. So then the dude, I be trying not to debate, man, but people, they know I'm conservative, so they be starting stuff. But I say don't start nothing you can't finish. And the sad thing about politics, man, is no matter how hard you try, it's gonna come in between you and people sometime. Like if you are straight up conservative and you have relatives or friends that are Democratic, like my father, when he was alive, he's like, his brother will think he's so Democratic. Keep in mind, this man ain't never helped me at all. And I'm not going to down. He's still my uncle. I'm not going to talk down on him, but these are just facts. He didn't help me when I was in college. And I got low on funds. When I think back, he never really was a problem, but he never really did anything. You know what I mean? And he had the power to do more. But yet, as soon as I voted for Trump, and as soon as I start talking about being a conservative on Facebook and stuff, he put his 2 cents in, and he got pretty disrespectful too. Just because you somebody's uncle don't mean it's not possible for you to be disrespectful. He got pretty disrespectful. So he calls his brother. My father was his older brother. I don't know what the conversation was, but my father called me up, like, trying to say stuff about Trump. And I told him, I said, Daddy, trust me on this. I know about this political stuff. You and them, y'all vote based on emotions and what you think, but not what you know. I vote based on what I know. And it, you know, it seemed like he didn't really like the conversation. You know. That's how it be. And I've had people that I viewed them as friends, but they got a little disrespectful with this political stuff. And I'm gonna talk about that today too. How some people have demoted you from being a friend, and when you see it, you gotta demote them. You gotta realize the difference between a friend and an associate. And I'm gonna help you realize it today. So I'm gonna end this video because I got other videos I need to do. Yeah, these are things that have to be understood before you go out there and vote. You can't vote because you don't like somebody. You don't like somebody. You know that's how Hitler got in the office, right? Because the guy that he was going against, a lot of people didn't like him. History can repeat itself, y'all. Be careful. Thanks for watching. The channel is the No Matrix. No Matrix, no voting based on emotion. Either stay out of the process, which is No Matrix, or vote based on the red pill book, which is No Matrix. And by the way, I've been hearing some of you guys talking against the red pill. You got a right to say whatever you want on YouTube, but when you talk against the red pill, it's like you start losing credibility in my eyes because you must not really understand the concept. You going by people who grifted on it. You going by people who grifted on it. And like I said yesterday, if you are, let's say in terms of dating and politics, well, no, you know what, we'll talk about that later. But in terms of politics, if you understand the red pill, you know that the main thing that you need to protect is sovereignty. It's sovereignty. You don't need to give up any of your freedoms, man. But thanks for watching.